Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to do real world body tracking using augmented reality RealityKit in React Native's new architecture for iOS. So this video will be only iOS specific. Firstly, I'll show you the output on what exactly I mean. So I have recorded one video from my iPad, the output of this tutorial. So I'll just here firstly it asks me for my camera permission, and here you can see the camera is opened. Now as soon as one body is detected, it tracks that particular body. So yeah, that's what this output is all about. Let's see how to do this in React Native's new architecture. Firstly, you should open this documentation and go to Fabric Native components, because we will be copying a lot of code from this documentation. Then first we'll have to create this folder called rtn_my_ar. Inside that I have created package.json file. Again, everything has been copied from docs, only this name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Next I have created a one file called podspec. Again, this has been copied from docs, only this name has been changed. Then I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file. Be careful with this name, you will have to use the same name whatever is your folder, followed by native component.ts. Again, this has been copied from docs. Here I have removed prop because we don't really need it, and this name has been changed. Then the document specifies that create an iOS folder, but we won't be doing that because this React Native's Fabric component does not directly support Swift. So we have to write Swift. That's why we will be using Xcode for this. So firstly, what you will have to do is open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project, and firstly run this particular command. So this will enable the new architecture for iOS. Then you will have to run this particular command, so this one. So then you will have to do cd ... It will move you outside your React Native project. Then run this command, but here instead of rnapp you will have to write your own project name. As you can see, my project name is rnapp over here. So over here as well as over here, and this should be your folder name. Once that is done, you will have to cd to this iOS folder and then run this command. So this will do code generation for our folder. Once that is done, I will show you how to use it inside app.tsx. Of course, the implementation is still pending, but you can import it something like this, and you can create a component using something like this. Then open the XE workspace of your iOS folder inside Xcode. So firstly, the important thing is go to general. Make sure your minimum deployment is at least iOS 13 over here as well as over here. Once that is done, again we will come back to the documentation. So the documentation says that create a header file. So I have created that header file. Again, I have copy pasted everything from docs, only this name has been changed. Then the documentation says that create an Objective-C++ file for manager. Again, I have created an Objective-C file, and you will have to change the extension to .mm, so it is Objective-C++. Again, I have copy pasted everything from docs, and only this name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Okay, and then again I have created another Objective-C file. I have changed the extension to .mm. Again, this has been copied from docs, only this header name has been changed, and this particular names has been changed. Here you can see it is rtn_mtr because I made a mistake. It was not really a mistake, here I have named it as mtr. That's why I have to write is at mtr over here as well. Then in the documentation it specifies that use this import, but given that we are writing the main code inside the iOS folder, we have to use this particular imports. Then this has been copied from docs, only names has been changed, this as well. And here we initialize our Swift file, which I will show you shortly. Also, one more thing is this should be your project name again. Okay, so whatever is your project name, rnapp over here, this should be your project name or bridging header name. So here you can see, again I'll tell you how to create this bridging header as well. So -swift.h will be common for all. So here we are creating variable for our Swift file. This has been copied from docs, only this name has been changed. This has been copied from docs. Here we are initializing our view to occupy entire width and height, and here we create our AR. So here we initialize our Swift file and add it to our main view. Again, this has been copied from docs, only this names has been changed. then you will have to create one Swift file called my AR. Xcode will ask, do you want to create a bridging header? Click yes, and you should see this file being created. I'll come back to this my AR file in a bit, but you firstly will have to write some boilerplate code for it. Also, before that, before I forget, inside your info.p list, make sure you add this privacy camera usage description permission. Also, you will have to create this prefix header file, because there is ARKit does not play like we are mixing Objective-C and Swift, right? That's why we have to write this, otherwise you will get some error like this particular error saying AR session delegate not found. That's why we have to create this prefix header. This is only React Native specific, because React Native still relies a lot on Objective-C. So to create this prefix header, you just have to right click new file and just search for PCH. Okay, click next and just click on create. I have already created it, so won't create it again. And then inside prefix header, you just have to add this line. Once you add this, go over here, select target, build settings, and here you just search for prefix header, and here you will have to make this pre-compiled prefix header as yes, and here you can just double click and write the name of your file over here. Alright, then firstly I'll go to body skeleton Swift file, not body skeleton joint. So again, like I have just copy pasted this code from the Apple documentation, so even I don't really understand this, so you can do the same. So just copy this code for skeleton joint. Then in skeleton bone, again I have just copy pasted it from the documentation, so if you want you can pause the video and copy paste this code. Then coming to bones, so these are all the bones. There are more bones as well, which I will show you shortly, but for now these are fine for me. So again, I don't really understand this. Be careful with all these string names, otherwise you might get an error. Again, pause the video wherever you feel like. I'll simply scroll through this. Next, I have created body skeleton as well, Swift file. Again, copy paste all this code. Here you can change the color of your body tracking to whatever you feel like. Okay, so once this all things are done, next is coming back to our Swift file. Okay, just a second. Okay, coming back to our Swift file, write all these imports. Here we have to also extend AR session delegate. Here I have created our AR view. We are initializing body skeleton as well as anchor entity. Here we are just initializing our AR view, doing some NS layout constraints. Here we are using AR body tracking configuration. That's why it opens the back camera. Currently body tracking using front camera is very difficult in augmented reality. If you want to do it, you will have to write your own solution for it. Then we are just adding our body skeleton anchor. This is just boilerplate code which we have to write, and here we are overriding this method. Again, I have just copy pasted this from the documentation. So yeah, I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.